Hey, Scott Walter here. I'm here today. It's my first video actually, and we're going to see about starting a series of videos that follow me through a particular hunt. In most cases, it's going to be small animal pest control, ground squirrels, rabbits, that sort of thing. And by no stretch of the imagination am I an expert on this. I would just like to share with you guys my experiences and what has gone right, what has gone wrong, what's some of the equipment I like, and what is some equipment that I maybe don't like. So what I do a lot of times is I get together with local farmers or local property owners and see if they have a small animal pest problem, a rabbit problem, or a ground squirrel, and we work to get them cleared off. I use air rifles. The PCP or pre-charged pneumatic air rifles are amazing. These are not the air guns you had when you were a kid or pellet guns. So why we want to get rid of these rodents is that, I mean, honestly, I believe that ground squirrels are basically rats with a squirrel head on them. They're terrible and destructive to property owners, creating holes. Their dens, they migrate to these dens and undermine concrete and patios, and becomes a real problem for farmers and landowners. So we want to do what we can do to clear them. So yeah, let's talk about our air guns. I like a couple of different ones. I have FX, which are terrific air guns, and I have a Western Air Gun Sidewinder in 25 caliber. They each have pluses, and I guess each probably have a minus or two as well. But I do like them. One of the reasons that I use the FX and just got the FX M4 Impact is that I wanted it in 22 caliber so that I could shoot smaller grain pellets and hit these little vermin with about 30 foot-pounds instead of the 65 that I was doing with my 25 caliber. Of course, I can work that out with different types of projectiles, but for the projectiles that I use, I wanted to have basically a squirrel gun and then a larger gun for maybe larger animals. My 25 caliber, I took a coyote the other night, one single nice shot, about 40 yards, and he was down in 1 second. So they're very effective air rifles. So that's what we're going to be using and talking about. So getting back to the pellet size and the energy size that we want to hit these things with. It takes about 8 foot-pounds of energy to kill a squirrel. Rabbits probably similar. And what I was finding when I was sitting there with 60, 65 pounds is I'm going right through them, making great shots, but it's creating ricochet and gravel and stuff being kicked up on the backside of these animals. So I didn't want to do that. A lot of times I'm dealing on small properties. And so I want to be able to have all that energy hit the squirrel and have him be taken care of with one shot, nice and cleanly. It's also very quiet. The smaller foot-pounds you go, smaller energy you go, the quieter these rifles are. So it makes it really nice if you're in a community. Well, one community here in the canyon where I'm at, I've taken about 40 ground squirrels off the last couple of years. And it's a woman who has lots of gardens, and it's close proximity to neighbors. So it just makes it very nice that these are small caliber, very quiet, very accurate rifles to do this job. Another property I just finished, and I'm going to highlight probably in this video here, is a winery, a local winery. And as of yesterday, I've taken 101 ground squirrels off this property in probably 7 weeks or so. Of course, I don't hunt every day, and it's just I go out for an hour or so in the mornings and take care of them. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy. Now, as you can see in some of these videos here that we're showing, this is the property that I work on the winery, and I have to be able to, in most cases, just ambush. I'll sit and wait for squirrels to come out. It's pretty difficult to stalk a ground squirrel. They go right in their den, and then they're not called squirrely for nothing. They usually stay in and become they get another day of reprieve. So we like to just sit out and just basically ambush them when they come out, and it's quite effective. So with my equipment that I use, I'm not going to go through everything, but I will go through, for instance, my camera setup. I've gone through a couple of different versions. I've used the Tacticam Solo Extreme, I think it's called, and I liked it. A lot of the videos you'll see there at the beginning are with that. The one thing I didn't like is that they're not slow motion. And also, a lot of times it left a halo around the frame, the picture. So that might have been in setup. Maybe it was a little bit askew on my scope and created a little bit of a halo on one side, or shadow, I should say. I didn't like that. What I've got now, and this, as you can see on this FX Impact M4, which is brand new, which I like, I'm a fan. I've got a couple things that I don't like, and I'll share with you, but I think they'll get taken care of in the future. So the side shot camera mount that I got on purpose, and I didn't get the one for the GoPros, and as I said, I didn't really care for the one Tacticam. There's just things about it I didn't like. With this, I like, and I'll tell you what I like about it. My phone sits in here, and you set it up to where your phone points right through the aperture here, and it goes on real easy and off real easy. Just slides off. You basically put the two probes in there, locators, push it forward and tighten them down. And after the camera is fitted for it, you basically just push it in and it's tight and it stays in there. What I like is that between shots, between hunts, I can edit that video in 2 seconds and get an opportunity then to either save it or shoot it out to a buddy of mine, whoever wants to see it. A lot of times the landowner likes to see my kills for the day, so I do that. So I like this one. I think that it's going to be the one that I'm going to stay with. So let's go over and get started with some of the shots I've had. They're mostly between 35 and 45 yards. I would say that's the vast majority of these. Every once in a while there's one that's closer, and I've got a few 85-yard shots on here. I do like my scope that I'm using. I'm using a Tribe optics to 24 power. I think it's 6 to 24 power. And of course that coupled with my camera being able to zoom and in slow motion, it gets me right in there. Even on these long shots, it appears it takes up the whole frame. You'll be able to see. So, hopefully you'll enjoy that. So I will say the shots that you're going to see are all kill shots, all solid headshots. If not, I usually try to show you a still of the result of the shot afterwards. That's not to say that I don't miss. I have missed. I've sometimes missed. I don't advertise that too much, so don't say anything to anybody. But no, we try to make good ethical shots, obviously, all the time, and want to dispatch these little critters humanely. So one thing I've learned, I like having a stable platform. To be honest with you, my offhand shooting is not that great. It's been a long time since the Marine Corps, and I just don't do a whole lot of offhand shooting anymore. I do bipod, and what I really like is the new tripod that I've got by Predator Tactics. It seems to be really good, and I'm gonna have to look at it. I got the adjustment, the loosening knob has gotten a little bit bent, I think, and so I go through a series of tightening, and then it loosens up again, and I can tighten it a little bit further. So it's a little bit of a balance thing. Got something to work on there, but overall I really like it. And so that allows for some of these shots that are highly magnified and a pretty good distance to really look so stable. It's not me all the time. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get on with some of the shots, and we'll explain as they go through. Okay, so you can see on this first one how the gravel goes kicking up after the shot in 25 caliber. These first several probably in 25 caliber. This is a gopher. One of my first shots on the winery. He happened to pop up only about 15 yards from me, and that was all it took. This guy, I took a glancing blow off the head. The wind took my shot a little bit. In the next frame you'll see these, obviously got some brain damage. That's what they do when they're definitely headshot. But he does stick his head back out here, and I get another shot at him, and this one is the one that does it for him. Just a series of shots of some in the yard of the owners. These shots are, if I remember correctly, are about 70 yards out. That one's not. That one is closer. That's a rabbit. I think he was about 60 yards. Now, believe it or not, these guys here in these frames are about 30 yards away. He's 40 yards away. That's how good the scope and things are. There, you got to see one of my tracers. So a lot of times I'll take my my pellets and I'll lightly spray them with red paint. Because all my shots are fairly close, I don't think it affects it too much. And if I was shooting over 100 yards, I might not want to do that. As you can see, these guys go down, they go down quick. I told the winery owner here that he must have 200 rabbits on his property. He wouldn't miss 30 or 40 of them. These shots are two of them that came up real close. They were only actually about 10 yards from me, and I kicked up a little bit of dirt in front of them, but I did get both of them. Sometimes being too close is a problem. Yeah, that guy started to low crawl across the driveway in front of me on one of my shots. He didn't make it. There's an example of hitting him and ringing the bell behind. You can see I got him, but you heard that I hit the metal post behind him. Again, hitting them with 65 foot-pounds is too much. So 30 seems to do a perfect job. They are hit. All of the energy is absorbed into the skull, and nothing flies through him. Yeah, these are still the 25 caliber. This is an interesting shot. He gave me his forehead, and I wasn't 100% sure I hit him until I looked again, and he's fluttering on the backside. These are all the shots from, I think, 70 yards. All three of them within about a minute. Nice slow motion shot. You know, your iPhones have high definition at 270 or 240 frames per second. So for slow motion, it really does a good job. Little head trauma. Wind took that one a little bit. This one I had another just an inch or so to shoot through those boards and got that rabbit. This is my longest shot, 85 yards. And this was squirrel number 100. And the last one here is 101. And his eye pops out a little bit. What we're going to try to do is have one of these videos for every hunt that I go on. Each hunt might take a month or two before I'm finished. But I'm going to try to catalog all the shots, catalog all the, I'm not sure I'll catalog all the misses, but we'll try to have them in a nice video form for you so you see the before and after. Getting ready to work on another property in the next canyon over that has a lot of ground squirrels. So we will probably be starting with that. There's also a local nursery. It's 80 acres that I'm hoping to get in there and work with them as well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I see this all the time. My first time asking for it, but please subscribe and like and comment. Very interested in seeing how this goes and see if you guys enjoy it. So have a good day, and we'll see you next time.